7. Seek peace and happiness in the right place. Be knowingly the open, empty, luminous presence of awareness. See that all experience takes place within yourself, within the field of awareness. See clearly that thoughts and feelings, whatever sounds are currently present, the sensation of air on your skin, a distant memory of childhood, the tingling sensation of your face or hands, the entire spectrum of experience take place in you, this open, empty field of awareness. You are a wide open, unconditional yes to all experience. Ask yourself if this space of awareness can be disturbed by any appearance. Don't ask thoughts what they think. Go to your direct experience. You are this empty openness, pure sensitivity. See if any appearance of the mind, body, or world can disturb the inherently peaceful nature of this empty openness. Thoughts or feelings may be disturbed by the current appearance. Thoughts or feelings may say, I don't like what is present. I want to change the current appearance for an alternative. But what about you, the open, empty space in which all such thoughts and feelings appear? Is that one resisting the current experience? Is that one saying, I don't like what is present. I want what is not present? Is that one trying to leave the now in favor of a future when things will be better? Or is it totally at rest in the now, wide open, without choice, preference, or resistance to every appearance of the mind, body, and world? Don't follow this intellectually. Don't agree or disagree. Find out for yourself whether it is true or not that you, I, this openness, cannot be disturbed. Only your own experience counts. See that you, I, this open, empty, luminous presence of awareness, are inherently undisturbable. Like empty space, you just cannot be agitated. This approach has nothing to do with making the mind peaceful. It's about seeing that what we already and always are is itself inherently peaceful. In fact, our essential nature of pure awareness is not peaceful. It is peace itself. The peace that everyone seeks is not peace of the mind. The mind is never peaceful. The mind is made of thoughts, and thoughts are, by definition, always moving. When a thought comes to an end, the mind comes to an end. In fact, nobody has ever found a mind as such. The idea of a mind is itself a thought, but it refers to something, a collection or container of thoughts, images, memories, ideas, concepts, etc., that has never been found in our actual experience. All we ever find of such a mind is the current thought or image. And no thought or image is static. So mind means movement. When it is present, it is always in motion. The peace that everyone seeks is not peace of the mind. It is the inherent peace of our true nature. And that peace is available under all circumstances, in all situations. It resides in and as the open, empty field of awareness, which is the background of all experience. It is the witnessing presence of awareness in which all experience appears, and with which it is known. A peace that is dependent on the condition of the mind, the body, or the world is a fragile, conditional peace that can be shattered at any moment. Concealed behind such peace is the fear that conditions may change and that peace will, as a result, be lost. In other words, such peace is not real peace. It is fear of change, thinly veiled by the avoidance of facing the facts of experience as they are. The facts of experience are that everything appears, moves, changes, and disappears. Nothing, no thing, is stable, and therefore nothing can ultimately be relied upon. If our peace is dependent upon any object, substance, state, activity, or relationship, then such peace is not worth the name. It is thinly veiled fear. Let the mind, the body, and the world be exactly as they are from moment to moment. A disciplined mind is not a peaceful mind. A peaceful mind is not necessarily a silent mind. A peaceful mind is one that is free of the illusion of separation. A mind that is no longer serving the fears, demands, neuroses, and anxieties of a non-existent separate self. Such a mind will be more or less active at different times, depending on the requirements of the circumstances. But free from the belief in separation, it is a truly peaceful mind. The peace of such a mind is derived from its freedom, not from its suppression. So don't try to discipline your mind. To discipline the mind is just more mind. Rather, see that what you essentially are is already and always undisturbable peace itself. When this becomes clear, the mind will start to express and serve this inherently peaceful presence of awareness, instead of serving an imaginary separate self. Ask yourself if you, pure awareness, need anything from the current appearance. Do you, I, pure awareness, feel that there is anything missing or lacking? Thoughts and feelings may say that something is missing. But what about ourself? Is there any sense of lack inherent in ourself? See that ourself, this empty openness, is totally okay with the current appearance. There is not the slightest impulse in ourself to move away from the now. What is the common name we give to this total okayness with the way things are? It's what we call happiness. Happiness has nothing to do with a pleasant sensation in the body, or an expanded or peaceful state of mind. What we call happiness is just the natural state of ourself, the simple knowing of our own being as it is, its knowing of itself. Peace and happiness are the common names we give to the simple knowing of our own being. They reside in the background of all experience and are available under all circumstances and in all conditions. Our world culture has downgraded happiness from the simple, ever-present knowing of our own being to a pleasant sensation in the body or an expanded state of mind. But true happiness has nothing to do with these. Pleasant sensations and expanded states may be temporary side effects of the knowing of our own being. For instance, when the tension of the separate self is released, a knot in the body will be relaxed, and, as a result, a wave of pleasant sensation may roll through the body. Alternatively, when a train of thought that has been serving the insatiable demands of an imaginary separate self comes to an end, such as upon the ending of a desire, the tension and fixation of such a mind will be relieved, giving us a glimpse of the peace that lies ever present, but usually obscured beneath it. When the mind returns from this temporary dissolution, it will be saturated with the peace that has been discovered, and may, as a result, be experienced as an expanded or peaceful state. However, like all other appearances, these pleasant sensations and expanded or peaceful states of mind come and go. If we think that happiness resides in these sensations or states, our happiness will always be coming and going, and we will, as a result, be condemned to a life of seeking, punctuated by brief moments of respite. Whether we call this the search for happiness or the search for enlightenment makes no difference. It's the same thing. If we think that happiness or enlightenment have anything to do with a state of the mind or the body, we will, by definition, always be frustrated. We will lead a life of resisting and seeking, punctuated by brief moments of peace and happiness. However, these brief moments will disappear with increasing rapidity, giving way to a new round of seeking. As the poet Henry David Thoreau said, "Most men lead lives of quiet desperation." That is the fate of anyone who thinks that happiness, peace, or enlightenment have anything to do with states of the body or mind. Leave the body, mind, and world to do whatever they have been conditioned to do. Whatever it is that produces the sunshine, the wind, and the rain also produces our thoughts, feelings, and actions. There is no personal object or entity anywhere in the universe. What is required of the body and mind at any moment in response to a given situation or current circumstance will appear at just the right moment. Whatever we need to know will be given on a need-to-know basis. Be in touch with the inherent peace of our true nature, the absence of lack or dis-ease, the absence of the slightest inclination to move away from the now. Make your home in the now. Make your home as that. Everything that anyone has ever deeply longed for resides in our own being. All the love, all the peace, all the happiness for which anyone has ever truly longed resides in the simple knowing of our own being as it is, its knowing of itself. If we look for it anywhere else, we will always be frustrated. If we look for love in relationships, peace in situations or states, and happiness in objects, we will always be frustrated. These objects will seem temporarily to give us what we want. But after a while, the peace, love, or happiness that seemed to be delivered by the situation, relationship, or object will fade, and we will set out again in search of a new situation, relationship, or object, in the hopes of finding the apparently lost peace, love, and happiness. Sooner or later, we begin to learn the message that what we truly long for in life, whether we call it happiness or enlightenment, doesn't reside in any kind of object or experience, however subtle. It doesn't reside in a situation, a relationship, an experience, or an object. This is the message that all suffering gives us. Suffering is to the mind what pain is to the body. Just as pain is a message from the intelligence of the system, telling us that the body needs attention, so suffering is a message from the intelligence of the same system, telling us that we have mistaken ourselves for a separate self, and are seeking to fulfill that illusory self through the acquisition of an object, state, or relationship. All suffering simply tells us that we are looking in the wrong place for happiness. We are looking towards an object. Suffering tells us, I, happiness, don't live there. I cannot be found in an object, state, situation, relationship, or experience. I live in the intimacy of your own being. I am the intimacy of your own being. That is the only place to find me. I am always there, simply available, open, ready to be recognized. Thank you.